Is Jeff Bezos' ex-wife getting hormone therapy in Texas? Probably not, but those are some of the things we talk about in today's episode, Bonjan.
Is Jeff Bezos giving his kids hormone therapy? Probably not, because they're all over 18,
We didn't talk about that either.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Get in it.
How come you don't want me? You know that new style that you're looking for? If you want to keep going, I will keep going tonight. What's up? Hello. What cool is that?
Can't beat the fucking Clippers. Y'all make me sick with this shit.
Well, listen to this.
Politicians are a lot like that. They should be changed frequently for the same reason.
Yo, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to listen to Ricker and Bond.
We find it now.
Protect your cities.
I used to
To what?
allegedly do things in high school to that song, like middle school. Allegedly used to, hang out to that song.
You did?
Yeah, not that. Well, this specific song I just played was like a random remix of Jolene. Yeah.
Oh,
No, I didn't really bump Dolly Parton being rambunctious.
Jolene.
Good song, though. I don't think I think it's a freaking cover song of, I don't think Dolly Parton even wrote it.
Man.
White people.
Who cares about writing, man? Just saying it. I wouldn't be surprised if everything's written by a computer these days.
There's one headline I saw that I think was an AI song or something. Or something. It's pretty dang close, that part. Ricker and Bond, what's going on? It's Monday, the favorite day of your day. Because it's today. Best day. Whenever someone asks me, hey, how's your day going? I say, best one yet, Jack. And they're like,
Billy.
Why? And I'm just like, it's just what I say when people ask me that. Deal
Billy.
with it. Yeah, Billy.
Oh, man, I'm trying so hard not to sneeze right now.
Oh, you can do it, dude. Now it's hard not to,
Nah. Oh, God. Okay. Hey, everybody. It's me. It's your boy, Bond. Back. It's still there. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. We're good. What's up? Oh, my God. This is awesome. Holy shit. Okay. So, 1 month. Wait, here it is. There we go.
Congrats.
Okay. All right. So what are we talking about? Jolene.
Jolene, but you said 1 month and it sounded very leading.
Oh, yeah. I kind of don't even want to talk about it anymore now that I said it.
Okay, for sure.
Shout out Peter from Norway.
What's going on with Peter?
He said he wanted to come to America
Yeah?
and hang out.
Well, Peter, you can't stay at my house. It's a boundary I will. But if you want to meet up at an undisclosed location far from where I live, I'll say hey.
I also told him the same thing.
Like, hey, man, we dig you, but, you can't just be hanging out from random locations in Norway.
Hey, man, I got a wife and 3 little kids, bro. Like,
I got a cat. Are you going to eat my cat? I don't know what they do over there in Norway.
Yeah, I don't know what cats do over there.
Dude, you know what I was watching? I was scrolling through the television. There's something called the Africa Channel. This is in like the depths of like the hundreds for a cable, right? And it was like African programming from Africa. And there is a program that was like a dude. He's like kind of a celebrity. He's kind of like a reality show VH1 vibe. But I think the whole show, besides just this episode, was like him being like Chinese. I thought that was very propagandish because there's a lot of Chinese like occupation in Africa for like strategic things for China. And I was like, this
Chinese?
is weird, bro.
Like he's a Chinese person?
No, not like, it was like him doing Chinese stuff. He was like, yeah, It was him. It was like, I'm pretty sure it was the whole premise of the series. But this episode, he had this Chinese lady who was like his friend, but maybe it didn't seem like his friend. It was all very kind of fake and like not very well done fake. And he was like, there's this parable that the Buddha said, you're not a man until you touch the Great Wall of China. So to become a Chinese man, I have to, he was like, I was a native South African countryman, but now to become a Chinese man, I got to touch the Great Wall of China. And then there's a trek to the wall. And I was like, this is just a little weird.
I don't know if I would want to go to China right now.
Well, I mean, it was a TV show. But all I'm saying was there's integrated Chinese media in the Africa channel, which I thought was, I mean, that's kind of jarring from an American perspective.
Would you go to Europe right now?
I'm chilling.
Like if someone was like, "Hey, party,
I mean,
you're
I go to
invited,
Spain.
event, come
It's a
to
dope one.
come to France for
France, maybe.
on us."
I mean,
You'd say no.
maybe like a year off.
In a year?
Yeah.
Oh,
I wouldn't
that's
even trip on the I'd trip a tiny bit on the war stuff. But like if I did go and it's like, oh, we're really taking over Europe now, and I'm like, oh, come on, you're gonna occupy the state as soon as I get in there? Come on.
I mean, France is like two countries deep, so you got some cushion there.
That's what I'm saying. I would go to like Spain. Spain is like the southwest of the Europe.
Yeah. You know,
And you can see Africa. You can see the tip of Africa's dick on there.
it's hot.
There's gonna be so much stuff of just salacious things in this podcast that someone's gonna dig up, dude. Not salacious, but like just dirty words.
I plan on just being so wealthy it doesn't even matter. So
So the undeniable, if you will.
yeah, so here's the thing with cancellation, right? It's obviously a hit on your reputation is bad, but it becomes very bad when you rely on that reputation and get you money. So like someone like Joe Rogan, money's going to be coming in regardless. So I think he's fine, you know?
Reputation is very within certain things, not the public as a whole, maybe, but reputation is important
Reputation is important.
because it's trust, and you need trust in other people in order to do things. Unless you can just give undeniable results. Which,
Okay, speaking of reputation,
yeah,
so I think last week we were talking about Dorian, right?
yeah,
And I looked up his course, and on Trustpilot,
yeah.
very low reviews, right? And I
For
was
the
reading
course or for him?
so it's for the course because people are like looking up whether the course is worth it.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people were saying the course was good. Dorian is just so rude. They can't possibly rate it like 5 stars. And all of them said that. And one of them was like, I was considering buying the course, but I asked him a simple question on his live and he was just a dick for no reason. So now I'm not recommending the
That's
course.
interesting.
And then I
He's
compare
leaning
that
in
with
full
someone-
heel. Heel is a wrestling term.
Yeah, and then I compare that with someone like Gary Vee, who's like all about you just got to be kind no matter what,
Yeah,
and that like sticks with that. Like that's
yeah.
like
I
part of his
mean,
brand.
it is like 100x character of a person. So like 1 content, 2 just like over doing the character for content. But yeah, if I was gonna do either extreme, I would do extreme love rather than extreme push.
Yeah, I mean, I get the cockiness, like that's cool, but like sometimes it's just straight up like, dude, like what?
It's also is a good like polarizing marketing thing. Like if that is your personality off top, then and everyone's like dick dick dick, he's a dick 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 dick, and then you could be like to like your real close circle of consumers, be like, actually, yeah, he's just a dick to you all. The ones that pay for his prime course, he says he loves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Steve Jobs was a dick too. And he still sold lots of stuff.
Yeah, it's also like a little
one's
different. Like I
I'm
said,
not buying from Apple because Steve Jobs is mean.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. As long as the result is undeniable, your brand can be whatever at a certain extent. I do say reputation matters in circles to make results because, like relationships, you have to do relationships to make good results, even if it is a cheap
That's just
iPhone.
that's just shitty. Because like if I look at like Dorian music course,
It's the first poppy uppy. And you could also twist that and use that as
Group
content. Be like, hey, you guys literally says the course is great. Why do you care about? See, that's a great. This is something that should do. So you guys say course. Oh, course is great. Course has gotten me money, but you're complaining about freaking how I talk on a live, like losers.
dang, I don't wanna like call him out on the pod, but I forgot what his company's called.
Group 82.
Oh, I was typing in 86.
I'm an alumni, dude.
Oh no, Group 82 is 6 stars. Group 82. I was making a joke. It's bad.
Oh.
Group 82 music review.
Yeah, no, don't do this. But yeah.
Okay, so it's not all bad, but like, yeah, it's pretty bad. There's a couple 5 stars in here, but there's a lot of like.
What is the general topic of sentiment?
So here's a 3-star review.
Don't read it, but is it course related or like what?
This 3-star review is about his character. This 1-star review is about his character. This 1-star review is about him. This 1-star review is about him. 1-star review, terrible customer service.
Does the course do something for you, lads?
5-star review. His 5-star review is saying that he didn't even buy the course, he won it in a contest, so he didn't even pay for it.
The character is important when you're working with people, but like I said,
you're the face of your product.
yeah. But like I said, if you have testimony to the result of the thing, then you can just be like, hey, if you guys can't freaking take a guy yelling for content on the internet, then you're not going to be able to take anything. You could say it's literally to help you prepare for social media fame when people get in your comments and start being a dick to you. You could say anything. You could twist that in a great way, especially if you have results. The only thing that matters, Bonjen, is the score line. You know what a score line is?
What?
I think it's soccer related specifically, but it's the freaking score at the end of the game. You can say you tried hard, but at the end it's 101 to 100, and there's a W and an L.
All right, answer this question. So
Sure.
let's say he gets his money, and the person gets their course. How do you explain a bad customer service?
No, that's why I said bad. That's just bad. Well, back to you buy the course. It's on Coursera. It's on freaking Kajabi. What do you need to be serviced?
Oh, I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't
I'm
need
playing
anything.
the other side.
But if I was like,
there's multiple. Like if there's something and you get it and you get a whole freaking 3 hours I recorded, unless like I said there was something else, that is what you are the customer of. Enjoy the service.
a what?
If you're complaining about customer service and you're buying the product, you get the product already in Kajabi of 5 hours of me recording stuff that you bought, unless I said it was something else. Unless I was saying that I talk to you every day for 3 minutes on Tuesdays, which I would never do because that's an idiotic thing to do. That is what you bought. That's what you're the customer of, and there's nothing else to service.
Okay, well, first of all, I personally don't agree with that, but okay. But let me see
Why
this
not?
terrible, because I think that when you give someone a product, even though it's theirs now, if they're having trouble with it, you as a company should go above and beyond and help.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What is the problem? If it's a Kajabi course, you buy a Kajabi course, and it's probably no problem at all, unless like your internet doesn't work.
It says here that actually the customer service is about Spotify placements.
That's old. I'm done talking about someone else's business, please.
But yeah.
That being said, for certain sects of a customer base, the highest of net worth of whatever you're selling to, not kind of random Instagram people, it is nice to have a service of customer relationship. But it's also nice to be in a place where you can say, hey, go screw yourself.
Okay, well, dang. I'm on the I don't agree with that, but didn't Jeff Bezos say customers always right no matter what?
If you have a customer-based business.
Which is
And also,
business, right?
no, that's not right.
What?
There's something to be said about a business that you literally want everyone to be buying from, a la Amazon. But if I'm a person and
Well, it's not a business that is servicing everybody. I was just using Amazon as an example. But like, let's say
saying
it's
Amazon
a niche
is-
business that only a couple people buy from you, right? Let's say you have 10 customers and they spend a lot of money with you.
yeah, that is
You're not going
different.
to tell them to go fuck themselves. And even if it's 500 customers that spend a medium amount of money with you,
If it's
because you want to retain them.
if you have to retain people that aren't loyal, and maybe the disloyalty comes from bad service, which is just not great. Service is needed. But if I'm someone and I'm trying to do something and I have to rely on people nitpicking from a low to medium price on Instagram, I would veer towards not having to cater to those people. It could be said the thing of like 300,000 customers have a lot less to say than $300 customers. $300 customers complain a lot more and blah, 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 which is probably true. Not to say service isn't needed. Service is needed. But if it's egregious, then I would rather not need a $300 customer. That makes
Okay.
sense. Now, in the case of Amazon, where your customer is just a generalist customer, yes, utmost customer service is needed.
What about In-N-Out? Lots of customers.
Very
Low
general.
cost.
Yeah, very general. Need to be nice.
But you don't need to be nice when it's not a general customer, is your argument.
If you're giving what is said to be given, then you still need to be nice. But if there's people acting up, if there's act ups,
Well, let's say it's not an act up, because some customers, like, yeah, I agree with you there.
If
But
it-
let's just say I'm not the smartest guy in the world and I need like a little extra help. Like I come to you to like service my speakers or something, and you fix them. They work fine, right? But I like don't know how to work them now because it's a little different. And I call you, and you're just an asshole to me. I'm never gonna use your service again. I'm gonna tell my friends not to use you because you're a dick, even though you fixed my speakers.
still kind of general. But
It's not
yes,
general,
you
it's
shouldn't.
niche.
But what I'm saying is, if you put yourself in a position and you have to take calls of a customer, and you're not putting out things that are like, will always solve what the customer wants with like content. Say, this is how you fix your speakers. So you don't have to be called upon. If you don't have an customer service automation set up, if you put yourself in that position, it's a bad position to be in.
Well, oh yeah, I agree with you there. But let's say it's not you personally; it's your employee, and your
Yes,
customer service is also
they should not be
ass.
dicks. What I'm saying is there should be expectations. If you're in a certain line of work, and that is a work where you can, one, survive without a general customer, and two, not be put in a position to have to deal with people complaining where it is not needed. If there's complaining and it is on your fault, and every complaint is good feedback. Like the negative stuff is a lot more valuable than the positive stuff. But you shouldn't be in that position. And I don't skew dick. I do skew. You should be polite to people. But if there's act up, if there's things that are out of line with what has been contracted for, like, this is what I'm giving you. I put content out every day. You could literally do a lot of stuff. Not like, hey, I bought a thing and the thing that I bought hasn't been done yet. Go do that thing. You know, that's a given. But little jerks that pay $50 that won't be loyal to you is not worth the time of saying a comment of, hey, you showed up 5 minutes late. Did you feel?
I feel you. I agree with you. But that doesn't stop the bad reviews that deter future customers.
That is true. That's true.
My issue. That's my problem.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, that's my point is you got to do everything in your power to not get bad reviews.
That is what would come in with, okay, this person, you need to have like 10x more positive armies at your wield. You know, you got to be like, all right, if my course helped you, and you have a YouTube comment full of flowing comments, then that will show your proof of worth, your testimonials versus a 1-star on Trustpilot. It's all risk reward. You got to have more reward than you have risk. You got to have more good than outweigh the bad.
I'm horrified of getting a bad review on my Clarity page.
And why is that?
Because then that deters future business. So I'm always just like,
Probably means that you got to
nice.
not be super reliant on that.
And you know what I found is that even if I don't know something, if you're just nice and just be like, you know what, I'm not sure about that, but I can research and get back to you, like, they'll still leave a 5-star review.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But even with a good Amazon product, there's always bad reviews.
Yeah, and the bad reviews show up on page 11 instead of page 1.
They show right up. They show right up there. This is the good opinions. This is the bad opinions.
I'm saying the products with more bad reviews rank worse in search.
They're always there. But yes, I agree. If you're in the service of servicing a customer one-on-one, if you don't have an undeniable result, then you have to kiss ass a little bit. Also, the natural inclination is to be compliant with a customer that gives up time and has chosen you to be like trustworthy of. I'm not saying the opposite.
It is very different when when it's your company versus someone else's. I do not care about being nice when I'm like working at Domino's, you know?
Yeah.
That's just me. But
well, I would still be nice.
I mean, I'm not going to be a dick,
all this,
but I'm not going to be like, hey, welcome to Domino's. How are you doing today? You know?
Sure.
I mean, I'll probably do that, but I'm not going to like kiss their ass like I will on the phone.
Yeah. It depends, man. Like, it's very dependent. And that being said, I do always skew towards like the opposite of what I just said for 15 minutes. But, yeah. Put yourself in a position where you can be the heel too. Steve Jobs was the heel. Heel is the wrestling term for a bad guy. If you can,
the Hitler on stage, as my old boss used to call it.
Like,
or the Hitler
if
backstage.
you can be, and you shouldn't be, you should be a good dude. But if you just happen to be a little ornery, and rub people the wrong way, then you should have a result to back up. It's the only way. Steph Curry, apparently, I don't know if he's injured, man. I don't know if he's injured. This was supposed to be brought up like 35 minutes ago, but I don't know what's going on. It scared me. Apparently he's got a boot, and it's not cowboy related. I think it's injury related, man. I don't know what's going on.
What the fuck?
He said he's no longer in a boot. I don't know what's going on. Is it his ankle? He's had a lot of ankle stuff before. I don't know. I don't know.
That's fucking. I was about to say that's funny. That's not funny. That sucks.
Hey man, thanks for really connecting with me on that level.
I hope he is not in too much pain. I hope he is continuing to get his ab exercises in and work on his shot.
He probably, a lot of core.
I hope that someone doesn't take his wife while he's injured.
Yeah, someone would swoop in and say, "Hey, you got an injury. You got an ankle injury. It's my time to shine, baby."
That's how it used to be. Like, what is he gonna do?
Run? He can't run to save her.
Remember? I bet you like most injuries back in the day, like serious injuries, would just heal incorrectly and you just be fucked up for life.
Yeah, probably wouldn't have a good outpatient routine.
That's what happened to my grandpa. He had a limp because he broke his leg when he was a kid. And it didn't heal right, I guess. And I always thought he was limping because he was old, but nah.
Dang, he's limping because he was freaking hurt himself decades ago?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, does he still at least, get a good jump shot up?
No, he's dead.
Well.
Yeah.
C'est la vie, I suppose. C'est la vie for you uncultured swine is such is life in French.
What does that mean? Oh, such is life.
Yeah. It's like, that's just the way it is. Things never be the same.
Yeah. At least he wasn't young.
Say it again.
At least he wasn't young.
Yeah. Pretty dope to live a lot and survive and see cool things.
Damn. So, I was just scrolling through TMZ looking for some news.
Yeah.
Foo Fighters guy died.
I did have that on a tab. Yeah, dude, pretty lame. Like, if you've ever seen Foo Fighters images, you've probably seen them.
50.
First Kurt, now him. What's going on with Grohl? Grohl might not take that well, dude. Jesus.
Oh.
He's the blonde guy with kind of big teeth, I think.
I'm trying to see how he died.
He died yesterday, dude.
But was it drugs or?
I don't know. I don't think it's been released yet. Is what I mean by he died yesterday.
Looks like it used to be. Damn, 50. That's so young. That sucks.
The Bogota municipal government issued a statement Saturday that the city's emergency center had received report of patient with chest pain and sent an ambulance. A private ambulance arrived as well, it said. Health workers tried to revive him, but were unable to do so. It said the cause of death was under investigation.
Oh, dude. Speaking of that, I was at work yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm only going to work there for a week longer. I put in my 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I work at a park, for those who don't know. And this fucking homeless guy had a seizure, dude.
I don't know.
It just dropped down to the ground. And I fucking ran over to him and called 911.
Jesus.
And they were like, yo, you got to give this guy chest compressions. Paramedics are on their way.
Dang.
I was like, damn, all right, it's go time. So I did that. And they were telling me, yo, so 2 inches deep and 2 times a second. And the whole time I was like, bro, I really hope this guy doesn't die right now, because not really trying to give him mouth to mouth. But also, that would be weird if a guy literally just died in front of me.
Yeah.
And also, it sucked that a guy died. So I was doing that, and then people were coming over and watching me. And I was praying to God that someone would be like, I'm a doctor. I'll step in. You're fucking it up. You're making it worse.
You were on the inside of all the things that happen to people usually, where something happens and you look over there.
It was fucking. And it was so lame, dude, because it was happening and 3 people were watching it. And I was like, is anybody going to do anything? All right, I guess I am. And so I fucking ran. And then paramedics came finally. And apparently he has seizures all the time.
Oh, no.
And he had one the week before at the park too.
Dang.
So
He's just trying
yeah,
to die at the park, man. Let him die.
I know. I was like, damn, dude, please don't die right now.
Dang.
Yeah.
How long did it take for ambulance?
I would say like 7 minutes.
It's a long time. I mean, that's pretty short,
It
but
felt
like,
way longer.
yeah, that's
It
what I'm
felt
saying.
like 20 minutes. And
I know 7 minutes for an ambulance is pretty sick. Dude.
yeah, I was like thinking, I don't know where exactly they came from,
Yeah.
but it was like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so it was peak traffic
Well,
in the middle of downtown LA. So
they're just
Yeah.
around the corner, just waiting.
literally,
7 minutes,
dude.
way to go, I suppose.
But yeah, that's
So
crazy.
maybe David Grohl's drummer, Taylor Hawkins. What a rock name.
Taylor Hawkins.
What's so funny about Taylor Hawkins? I know someone with the last name Hawkins.
That sounds like a rock name.
Oh, man. That sucks. You know why it happened? Because they have a movie coming out called Studio 666. And it's about the devil.
Damn.
That is lame, too. They made a movie, and homie dies before the movie releases. It would be
sucks.
quite humorous if Grohl was like, hey, I'm super religious now. That's what trauma will do to you, make you religious.
Probably.
Man, that's lame, dude. It's kind of, because, like, I knew his face. Because, like, if you see the Foo Fighters, like, a couple times, he's always a fun dude. And, like, he's a dope drummer. I liked his drumming.
Just played Lollapalooza, Argentina. It's probably a dope show.
He had kids. Hope not. I feel like he does. Let me control F without. Thank you. Kid, children. Wife, children, and family.
Damn. That sucks.
Lame. Lame. Anyways, the war. What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on with the war? So
I
I keep reading that Russia's not like looking so hot in terms of casualties, and also they have rearranged their war strategy to not take over the entire country of Ukraine, but a portion of it. However, the anxiety still looms, the cloud of anxiety still looms, whether Putin is crazy enough to launch a chemical weapon into the country, at which point Joe Biden said America would directly get involved, making World War III.
I'm still worried about the China perspective of China and Putin chilling with each other. I think that's what a lot of people.
Do you think so? So, like, here's the thing. Let's say China and Putin are like, they're obviously in bed together. Do you think America
Maybe not
would be
obviously.
like, ever be like, yo, no more China. We're cutting off business with China.
America?
Yeah.
No, it's a lot harder for America to do that.
That would be devastating.
You're
to
also
Americans.
America is also very indebted to China monetarily.
Do you think that would hurt? That probably hurt America more than China, right?
It would be painful. It's
But
painful on both sides.
They love their Apple and they love their Disney.
Painful on both sides. There's a lot. There's a lot more that America depends on from China than people think. Movies are like kind of depend on Chinese box office. Shout out Doctor Strange.
It's so crazy, huh? How like
Yeah.
two completely different governments rely on each other for so much.
Hey, that's a pretty beautiful thing, man. Like you got to be able to see that other people running a society have a different view of how you want to run the society, and sometimes just say, "All right, you run your society."
Isn't it interesting though that we're exporting a lot of culture and they're exporting a lot of labor?
Yeah, man, that really did dawn on me. It was like, and there was a cool stat where like nowhere where there's a McDonald's has there been like a war. Yeah, and you realize like it really is like very culture based. Like there is not a lot of good physical exportation coming out of this country.
Coca-Cola, music, movies.
And I'm sure there's other stuff. I'm sure there's like a couple other sectors, but like besides, it really is like the domination is via defense and money and not goods, where you can't cut off people. I guess the good is the currency. That's a good thing. If there's one thing to be able to export and rule across a lot of places, currency is probably a good one instead of, concrete or something.
Imagine if they had YouTube in China. Fucking, they would love fucking Mr. Beast over there.
Mr. Beast is a very like Japanese-esque program.
He was saying that his shit's like, I think he was saying it's more popular in India than any other country besides.
Yeah, it's very like, if you ever watch like a Japanese game show, like I'm not sure if they're all like that, but it seems like you can plug it into anywhere and it's very like, oh, this is playtime and fun.
Yeah.
It's like global fun because like the language barrier you have to cut off and you have to have just like big emotions and boop doop beep doo.
And Mr.
And you can plug that into anywhere.
Would be hilarious.
Say it again.
A Mr. Beast Japanese dub would be hilarious.
Yeah, I mean it's legit a Japanese game show.
Fuck.
I wouldn't be surprised if that man was into anime and Japanese culture first.
That's hilarious.
Fucking very basically another a cut every 2 seconds, which I found was very interesting. Cut 2 seconds, cut to something very fast paced. I did watch one video for the first time of Mr. Beast, and it is Gen X programming, very fast paced.
I'm also looking at these pictures of Lollapalooza, Argentina.
Yeah,
huge crowd, all American performers.
Yeah,
and I just don't see the opposite here.
Yeah. There is
Post Malone in Argentina. What the fuck?
I mean, I was looking. There's a really cool. There's this firm that does music stuff. Let me see if I can find the source. But it was it told like growth of streaming and locations of stuff, and talk real quick.
Yeah, like Doja Cat in Argentina, Miley Cyrus. Imagine being in a country and all your faves are just like from another country. I mean, fucking Bad Bunny does some numbers here, but other than that, damn, I want to go to Argentina. Hope everybody's having a good week.
Global Music Report, IFPI, which stands for, yikes, they don't have their acronym on top of their page. Something with phonographic. Here, it's a fun. I'm gonna message it over you via the internet or
the International Federation of the Phonographic Industry.
And then it was showing the geolocations of, I think, streaming. Let me load. It's a slow load, I think.
I was gonna say I have gig internet.
Yeah, it's on them.
Slow website.
Yeah.
I think if I would guess that it looks like they're using WordPress, I would do some updates, maybe like remove some of the plugins in the back end, guys. Just some free game.
Figures by region. So I think this is growth year over year. If I'm not mistaken, Latin America 31%, Middle East, North Africa 35%, US and Canada was 22% of streaming growth, of revenue growth rather, for the music industry.
This is the slowest website I've ever.
Latin America representing 3.9% of the global market. And let's see if they have that figure for the United States. I don't think they do. Latin America, 3.9% of the global market. 2021 was the 12th year of consecutive growth in the region, and revenues were up 31.2%. Streaming revenues accounted for 85.9% of the Latin American market. And I think streaming, that is on track with everything else. Yeah, streaming dominates. And then second is physical. Third is other digital downloads, and performance is above digital downloads. I would like to know global music market, United States. Because Middle East, Africa is 3.9.
I think LeBron sold his publishing company to Korea.
Yeah, dude, I was reading a magazine that broke that down. I think it was Fast Company.
Cashed in a bag and was like, all right, now I'm just gonna
that parent company, whatever he sold to, this magazine had a breakdown of it. They got freaking branches, bro. Branch on branch on branch, a whole freaking ecosystem. They can be mean to their customers.
What are they called again? What's her name?
I don't know off top. I'm trying to find the global market share. Should I put in Google? Of the United States on me.
Company.
The U.S. music market seems to be utterly reliant on streaming as the music consumption. Oh, really? That's interesting. The latest BuzzAngle report states that music streaming accounts for as much as 85% of all recording revenues, while the global average is at around 38%. It's not what IFPI says about Africa or Latin America. Streaming revenues accounted for 85%. So what are we talking about, Buzz Report?
Yeah, Buzz Report. Who's
right? In IFPS, it says streaming for the whole freaking industry is like the biggest. Oh, who's bringing down the average, man? What region isn't streaming? Australia? Is it you?
We need to know.
Who's not streaming? Hashtag bring streaming back.
That's me. I canceled everything.
IFPI music report on the 6th page. There's a dope historical graph of industry revenues. In 1999, it was all physical. 2021, all physical is down to like a fifth of all revenues. 2006, there was some digital streaming. 2006. And then freaking 2010 happened. What happened in 2010? That's right, the Jonas Brothers. Actually, who was popping in 2010?
2010, I was going to say the rise of Justin Bieber started 2009.
Okay, that makes more sense. Younger people, Justin Bieber, who else?
Justin Bieber came about like the cusp of the beginning of the streaming age. Around that time, we also had a lot of Kanye West, pretty sure Jay-Z was popping. Who else was I listening to? 2009, 2010. That was 8th grade.
I don't know who I was listening to.
Was I even alive?
Can you actually confirm or deny that you lived in 2008? Do you have pictures?
I literally have no proof.
I don't think I... It's pretty cool that like people with kids now can really document like their whole life pretty easily.
Yeah, I have videos of like 8th grade.
That's some baby VCR stuff or like video camera, but only like 1 year, and then it just skips to like elementary.
I skipped my childhood.
That makes sense. If Justin Bieber, you're getting a lot of younger people. What label was Justin under?
He was under Def Jam, I think.
Was he?
I believe so.
Oh, wow. Technically, it says justinbieber.fandom.com, which is a thematic wiki page. He signs with Def Jam in 2008, but he was under the Island Def Jam music group published by Island Records, Teen Island from 2009 to 2011. So he was a couple.
He's under like 11 music labels at once. It's a
Def
stack.
Jam,
and Universal at the top.
Yeah. It's there's more levels in the freaking banking industry than there is to music. It's very one-to-one. It's basically like loans still.
so many people just like taking a fat check like out of this poor little boy's cut.
Banking and music, man. Why do you think music is so pushed towards the forefront of culture?
Because I think music is a drug that people can't get away from.
But also, there's a whole lot of infrastructure that people get paid from.
I think like a bunch of the shit is just like could be removed and more money could be allocated toward like producing more music.
Have you seen Snoop Dogg's Death Row NFT on OpenSea?
No.
Death Row is becoming the freaking NFT label of a generation, dude.
If you own the NFT, what does that mean? Your
Maybe
size?
nothing. And it's not clear where at all. But
Means
you can
own all
buy
the masters.
you can buy something and resell it and get money. But if you look up Death Row NFT on OpenSea, OpenSea is a non-fungible token marketplace. He has a whole bunch of collections that Death Row is putting out. And there's one mixtape that he put out that sold like over like 250,000 in like a week. And then he has like meditation collection and like a country collection. Not he, I guess Def Jam or Death Row rather. But they're buying freaking NFT assets to make a NFT artist. They're putting out artists they already have as little clips on NFT. They got acapellas and instrumentals that people can buy and flip. I would like to see what has been the floor for that.
Fucking Snoop.
And he signed on like as a board to FaZe Clan or like as FaZe Clan. He was a board to something else. Same with Stephanie McMahon of WWE lineage. Death Row NFT.
That's nuts. Snoop Dogg just like raking it in.
Yeah, like he was like, yo, dude, we're going to become the NFT label just like Death Row was the first independent label. 4,000 owners.
Shows in on
Floor
the
price is
action.
super low, but there's a whole lot of items to be bought and sold. Volume traded at only 1K ETH. Get your freaking volume up. Okay.
Yeah.
But very interesting, to say the least. And he did it with like a very fast pace. Like he bought it in February, March, and then was like, yeah, we're going to at least freaking upload this to OpenSea and get people to give me $200,000. Which isn't a whole lot, but for a mixtape of random people.
Fucking Snoop, dude.
And the bio for Death Row NFT is, bitch, you don't get no bio. Collections. Let's see. Where's my categories, eh?
Hey,
Yeah, here we go. Collections. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 collections. Some only have like one thing. One is I have to click on all of them. One's a mixtape. One is Jesus Christ. Death Row Kids. One is Death Row EDM. And these only have like a handful of tracks. Death Row Country Music. Country spelled with CUNTRY. Death Row Alternative. So from a very bare bones skeleton view, Death Row R&B, basically just setting it up to like, all right, now, y'all ready for this? Dun, 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 dun. Working a little NFTs. Then he worked with Gala Music with his own thing, Sound.xyz, I believe, with I think the main mixtape. His Death Row meditation track is sick. You could also listen to all of these things right on OpenSea. But you don't own it.
You don't own it.
Quote unquote in the OpenSea marketplace.
Damn.
Let's take a listen to a little bit of
Death Row Christian.
I think there actually might be.
Oh, good.
I wouldn't be surprised. But very cool. Very first to do it. I mean, not the first to do it probably, but, you know, the first person to actually people care about to do it. He had some NFT rappers on there. There was a guy named Spotty Wi-Fi.
It's a great name.
Yeah. He's, I think, a CryptoPunk as an avatar, and then it might be a person, might be an AI. I don't know. But he exists. What other headlines you got? It's the 10 o'clock hour. It's the 10 o'clock hour. Let's go over freaking, I don't know what markets did. Markets were bad for like all the year, and then they had a couple weeks and they were green, and then it wasn't green today. Yesterday.
Cardano peaked up a little bit. Thought about selling some.
I mean, everything,
like, nah.
everything peaked up.
Yeah, but I only care about one thing.
Cardano?
It's where most of my money is right now, unfortunately.
I would
not a great move.
That's kind of like a 3-4 level. I would get some Bitcoin in there.
Oh, I definitely have Bitcoin. I have it all, but
yeah, it was weird. This year has been super silly, and then this month has been green. And it was like, oh God, it's over, but it might be over in a little bit. I was assuming every week that it was going to go back down, and it didn't. Got to play what's in front of you, boys and girls. You know nothing. Just see what you see. Warriors in third place. The Lakers are out of the playoff picture, except with this new structure where you can be freaking losers and still get in the playoffs.
Get LeBron some fucking help.
What'd you say?
Get LeBron some fucking help.
Is that a meme?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen it somewhere.
Said that.
Who? Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
The Clippers. Ruined my fucking Christmas, man.
That was in that same clip?
Yep.
That's funny.
Y'all make me sick of this shit.
That's a classic drop. Second episode of season 5. Clippers are 8th seed. Warriors are 3 seed. The San Diego Loyal of the United States Championship League or something is a minor league soccer league that you guys might want to get into. Maybe for you, you might be into the Orange County Soccer Club.
Who, me?
Yeah, if you want to get into minor league soccer.
Why would I get into Orange County soccer?
You're in Orange County.
I'm not in Orange County.
Then you might like the LA Galaxy 2, which is not as cool of a name.
Did you think I lived in Orange County?
You might as well.
Why?
It's just anything north. It's Orange County.
I'm not an Orange County boy. That's like a totally different country. That's like a totally different country, totally different culture, totally different language. Like, they think differently over there.
Just like Steve Jobs did before he's dead.
I would like to live in Orange County. It's mad nice.
Is it?
Yeah, the streets are like paved with gold.
Gold.
Maybe like Newport or something? Ooh. Yeah. Newport's nice.
I don't think I've ever been in Newport.
It's a lot of old people.
So it's Orange County.
A lot of beaches.
It's all just one beach, technically.
No, I own it. Oh.
It could still be one beach. In fact, that would be one beach.
It's just the crust of the country.
It's a good crust, solid crust. Like people who live in the middle of the country, they're the type of people that cut their crusts off. That's how they live, you know. And then people on the East Coast, they do triangles instead of square when they're cutting a sandwich.
How do people just not go to the beach?
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure, like I've said in the past, if I was somewhere, you would adapt. Like, all right, this is what it is now, and these are the things that are here and are not here. But what, you don't see the edge of the world?
Yeah.
You freaking nerds.
You can't just look out into nothing.
For real. Like, you got to find a wide open forest space, which, you could see that, you just don't see the horizon all the time.
It's like sticking your head outside the window of a stuffy car.
Yeah. look into the horizon, think about things, and then that's where all the source ideas come from. All the imagination that hasn't existed yet comes straight from looking out from the horizon. Not your own head. It comes from the place where the sky meets the ocean.
I love it.
And these people
I want to live there.
over here in Montana said, "Oh, look at these beautiful mountains. The mountains touch the sky." No, dude. It's also risky. You could get drowned. Okay? Tsunamis,
Yeah.
earthquakes.
All that
That's
stuff.
what makes it cool.
In beautiful Malibu, California.
Except Malibu, because then you'll have like a high... Dude, the first time, I think it was the first time I went to, or like one of the couple of times I went to, where did Donish work at? That area.
West Elm. Santa Monica.
Yeah, Santa Monica. First time I went to Santa Monica, I went with the homie from San Diego, and like I looked behind me, and I just saw like a freeway, and I was like, I don't like this. But also, I was taking an outing to the beach, and the person I was with wanted to like go to a beach where like right behind it wasn't civilization, and I was like, why would you want to go there? Because like I want to get off the beach and like go to like a store and not like a marsh.
So what were you on PCH or something?
Yeah, I was. Basically,
Yeah. I like it over there.
it was like let's go to the beach, but like behind it was one, a freeway, and two, not civilization. And I was like, can we like drive like 10 more minutes so I can get like a coffee after I go to the beach?
Yeah, I hike over there. It's quite nice.
It wasn't peachy. It was near San Diego, but same idea. It was technically the same PCH, Pacific Coast Highway. There's one highway. There's the Pacific Coast.
West Coast, West Coast. Except for that fucking ocean is colder than balls.
Also, if you're close to the south of the West Coast, there's probably poop in it. And also just like pollution of ocean in general. But don't think too hard. Don't think too hard. You think so you start thinking, and then like
Microplastics.
You know what? Yeah, the plastics and the trash goes in there. It's like, oh, I get rid of my trash, and then the garbage truck takes it, and then they just dump it. They dump it in the water. It's
It's
bad.
in my blood.
It's literally just what I'm consuming. The plastic,
I can just imagine.
for sure. I'm just
Dumping
like
plastic into the ocean.
0.001 plastic for sure. That's a
Just-
lot. 0.001.
We just don't give a fuck.
I mean, like always in human society, there was things that weren't healthy for them that they did. And then the next generation is like, hey, this is like why everyone dies soon and feels bad at night. It's because you guys are eating dolphin blubber.
Dolphin's delicious.
I've never had dolphin. I feel like, is
hope I've
America
never
a
had
place where they're like, we can't eat dolphins? I feel like America would say that.
Yeah, but we
Is it banned here?
buy it from the Japanese, and they what they do is I saw a documentary on this.
Yeah, I know.
They slaughter the dolphins to like because they're eating the fish, and they slaughter the dolphins for no reason, and then they catch the fish.
That would be like one reason they started it.
Oh, I don't know the one reason, but that's what they do now.
It was like, now they just do this thing that has been done for 100 years. I mean, there's one guy that started it. He was like, he was either like, hey, do you guys want to kill some dolphins?
Well, you think about it, like back in the day, like there's nothing else to do. That's what,
I mean, if I was gonna just ruthlessly kill one animal for fun, a dolphin would be a pretty fun one.
it'd probably
they
be
jump,
difficult.
they
because,
jump.
like,
And they look cool and they smile and you have a spear and you're like, yo, let's murder this fish in the face, yeah?
dolphins, like they can rape you too. They got long penises.
I never thought about their peni.
Yeah, did you ever look up dolphin penis?
Does it resemble a cat penis?
It's gonna look up dolphin penis. It's very long.
Hmm.
It's very long. It's pointy too.
Does it resemble the outer skin of a dolphin?
No, it's pink.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, dolphins go crazy.
Dolphins do be going crazy in the water, man.
They like play and shit, and they like talk to each other, and they're smart. This guy on TikTok made a good point.
Yeah.
Because, like, one reason to not eat dolphins is because they're pretty intelligent. But we also eat pigs, which are more smart than cats and dogs.
I tend to not like pork, but that's just me. Short.
I like
Mash.
bacon. But we also eat
big-
octopus, too, which are also very smart.
Yeah, I mean, animals aren't like the dumbest thing ever.
But, I mean, like, animals eat each other.
Yeah, I don't think it's a super great argument. Like, I get it. Human has some more empathy for other animals.
I think as long as you don't torture it, just eat it.
Like, I mean, who tortures? Monkeys torture their stuff, huh? And like cats
Well-
torture mice
Well, we also torture animals and don't eat them.
with like zoos.
No, for like research.
But that's, for the common good.
A lot of the research though is like for no reason at all. I was reading this book. I'm not like a save the animals kind of guy, but like I was reading these things they did in the 70s and 80s where they used to experiment on dogs, where they were literally just trying to see when the dog would stop, like when the dog would just give up. So they would put a shock collar on it, and
There must be some. I mean, you could make some, not for it, but you can make at least it could give you a spark for a new idea. It's a kind of a divergent thinking via torture.
but like how many times do you need to test it? They did it on like thousands of dogs.
I mean, you can't use a small sample size. You gotta really have a big sample size.
just because they had the money to do so.
What was the result? That's pretty interesting. They could graph like average pain tolerance.
Well, yeah,
That's
we're
interesting.
trying-
I mean, it's not interesting.
It's interesting, but it's like once you have your answer, like okay, like we've done 5 dogs, do we really need to do 5?
You need a big sample. That's science, baby. That's just
But-
science.
No, it's not. It's just extra money we have, so let's just do
That's
it
just
more.
science, man.
'Cause-
You need big sample size.
And then like they don't do anything with that research; they just like shelve it.
That's basically been the past like 2 years of venture capital.
That's bad. But with venture capital, animals aren't dying, presumably.
No.
No, just money just being burned, and people's 401ks
Yeah.
are just getting trashed. But
But there'll be the one company will be like, hey, we got it. We doing a pod up there, dude?
what?
What kind
Oh,
of
we
Scarlet do you have?
You
You have a
can.
2-prong?
Yeah, but you got to bring an XLR. And shit.
All right.
We can.
Yep.
I gotta clean my apartment.
Just freaking, I mean,
So what do you have like plans out here, or
yeah, I mean, it's the conference the whole week.
you meeting a chica?
There's one guy and no, there's some people out there that I am in relationship with.
Just gonna grab some sushi, some sushi.
Probably not. I was going to bring a lot of like soup. Do you have a
Oh.
kitchen?
I have a kitchen.
Sick, dude.
I have a nice little patio. Not a patio. It's like a outdoor pool area. You can chill. I have a gym to get your gym on.
Dude, man, I've been doing like video Peloton workouts of
Yeah.
strength. And one day I just did like a Google quick dumbbell arm workout. And I was like sore for the first time in like months. And I was like, all right, enough. Enough of that. Yeah, I would love to hit a freaking bench.
Oh yeah, bench is great. I've been jogging.
Dude, how is it?
I'm out of shape, but it's good. I like it.
How far?
4 miles.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a nice run. I go to like Echo Park. Do
I
the
stopped
lake and
for
back.
like probably like 4 weeks now because
Yeah.
I had my foot hurt. I needed to stretch more and I had like plantar fasciitis. That's why I can't go in the draft, everybody. I'm
Oh
old.
shit!
Right?
Lean into the pain.
I'm not a old millennial. I'm one of the old ones, the old millennial. I got, just a whole bunch of things.
Old millennials are the worst. I hate how they
36.
give their children so much power, and they get upset when their children disrespect them when they're like 6.
Nothing but dude, I was watching an interview with the guy that made that soft white underbelly thing that I was watching.
Yeah.
Really cool interview. He's a fun cat. He used to be like a premier Apple photographer. He's just like a dope photographer. And he was like, yeah, I don't care about all this video stuff that's getting millions of views. I really care about like the photography. But this project, and he was like, the basically the root of this is like unconditional love via parents for kids and like bad circumstances equals all this homeless and drugs and stuff. Damn. And he's like, yeah, that's basically why, like, I can't help all these people. This is kind of just like, he said, if I was going to name the channel something else besides Soft White Underbelly, it would have been Unconditional Love. I thought that was cool.
It's lame.
Doesn't have quite the best ring, but I mean, if the content was the same.
Love. Unconditional Love, that sounds like a high school project, and Software Underbelly sounds like a filmmaker's like life project thing or something.
Yeah, but that's kind of like what it is. But it was like all the film stuff was secondary for him.
I was doing some stuff at Skid Row.
Yeah,
drugs.
That's where his studio is, dude.
Want
to go in? You want to meet?
That's where your studio is?
No, his.
Oh, really?
You had to be right in the midst of it.
He probably pays like
he gives them money.
$20 a fucking month for rent.
Probably more. Oh, gives that money out the studio. Speaking of, dude.
Everybody on there says good morning, I've noticed.
In Skid Row?
Yeah.
They say good morning?
They like you. I was there in the morning.
Yeah.
Everybody that walked by me was like, good morning.
Good morning, dude.
And I was like, good morning. But then you come over here to this bougie apartment. People won't even look you in the eye.
I still think that's a overpopulation thing. I was thinking, like, why do people in the South do that? I think it's because there's less people.
Dog, I'm going to take you to Skid Row. It is dense.
Not that. I mean, just in LA in general.
Oh.
But like, I don't not believe it's dense.
I kind of feel like people just love each other there more. But I also know there's
I don't think
also
that's
like
true
a lot of... Well, I don't know, dude, because like there's a park I have to like go like not work at, but like go scout, and like people over there, they're just hanging out laughing and shit. But I also know there's a lot of like rape and shit that goes on, and like robbery.
I mean, it's a it's most likely what you're seeing is a small version of a society as a whole, where sometimes you have to work as like a family, and other times, like in LA, people are scared that you're gonna get killed.
I think there's also a lot of like religious faith over there.
Maybe.
There's always like church music. Like
also probably skewed towards older people. So
yeah, most of them are like in their 40s.
That's where what the part of good surrounding parental situation comes from 40 years ago.
Dang,
probably stems from freaking crack rolling through.
And then everybody there that's wearing like rich clothes, they're the scum of the earth because they're the ones selling the drugs to the people.
They also said that a lot of people down there got really good clothes just because like that's one of the programs. Like they get super nice clothes.
There's a lot of programs. They have like free haircuts and shit.
Housing.
But
it just starts with unconditional love. Just don't, try to have a good... I guess it's not the parents' fault per se, but...
I don't like my child.
Probably shouldn't have one then. That would suck, dude.
Well, here's the thing, dude. So like back in the day, like now I'm very much like, if you have a kid, it's 100% your fault. Especially the woman, because she always has 100% say. But like back then, like they didn't have like contraceptives like they do now. So like you kind of just had to like wish for the best. That's why families were so big.
Pull out.
But like I feel, dude, they didn't have like access to the internet. Like I feel I'm the master of the pull out. Guys, if you want some pull out game, this is what you do. After you dig out some guts, you pull out and you ejaculate onto her tummy. And then before you have sex again, you make sure you both pee She needs to pee because it reduces the risk of UTI significantly. And you need to pee because you might have some sperm in your urethra, right? That's just chilling, that didn't come all the way out. So when you insert back into her again, that sperm can impregnate her, right? So, but when you pee, the pee like literally kills all the sperm in your urethra because they come out the same hose, and then you can just insert it in again. So, what I always do is I take a nice piss between every sex, and then we're good to go. And always pull out I give myself 5 seconds buffer time.
Sure.
Pull out early,
Broadband spectrum.
Yeah. Give my course too if you want some serious game.
Trustpilot reviews real low. Real high,
dude. 100%, 99.99% chance you won't get pregnant from this if you follow the steps correctly.
See, then someone says, I did get pregnant. And then you say, well, that's not what I said to do. That's on you.
Well, I can't stop miracle babies from happening. So
this is what I said to do. And if you didn't do this, then what are you complaining about?
Well, that's not a complaint about customer service or anything.
Servicing customers. Well, yes, it's something different than giving you the product.
But actually, you know what? Abstinence is the best contraceptive. For real.
Have you ever thought to yourself, oh, it's been about more than 9 months. I'm in the clear.
No. Because they just overlap so frequently. So I stopped thinking about that. And
JP Morgan's Guide to the Markets. It's a little dry for this podcast.
Wait, over 9 months? You probably know within 3 months at least, right?
Well, then there's no baby that popped out.
What if it's 5 years later and he's like, hey, this is your son, Blake.
Oh, what up, Blake?
Papa.
What up, do you into crypto or what?
Papa, I want a hug.
I mean, let's talk about money first, right? So
I want to play with Legos, Papa.
So the thing is that the banking infrastructure of the world is kind of just it's a little bit of a flim flam, and that's called fiat, right?
What's Cocoa Melon, Papa? Cocoa Melon, Papa.
See, Cocoa Melon is like the reserve currency of the world. If you control Cocoa Melon, then you can control a lot of things.
You ever seen those videos of parents playing the Cocoa Melon song, and then the kid just runs in from the other room?
No.
Like a Pavlovian dog.
Yeah.
It's great.
Would you ever name your kid Brown? First name?
Brown?
Yeah, Brown.
The color? No. What?
Yeah, sometimes I think of names, and I think Brown is my top two. Not that I'm will absolutely do, but of cool names that could happen. You could call him Brownie. It'd probably be a dude. Hey, Brownie.
I gotta say, it's a terrible name.
Terrible, eh?
I gotta say,
the negative feedback is always the best feedback to know. And tell me why. Why do you think this?
It just doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit? Brown, dude.
Doesn't I just feel like he should. I just think of the color.
Nah, you'll think of him. That's brown.
And
That's
even
brown.
If it wasn't
bro.
a color, it's just an ugly sounding word.
You think of jade, O, or emerald.
But jade is a pretty sounding word.
So is brown.
Brown is maybe orange.
Orange.
Orange. I think of the color, but that could still be a name.
Brown could be a name. Brown is super just a proud man.
Brown is a last name.
No.
Brown is a last.
It could be. His name could be Brown.
Brown. James.
What about a middle name or nickname Brownie?
Brownie.
It's like Brawny. LeBronny, but brown.
I think I got some names.
What about LeBron? It's like LeBron, but brown.
Johnny Jr.
I don't think I'd give my kid a junior.
This is the name I like for girls. Jacqueline. Jetta. Rome.
Jeddah? Rome?
Rome, like the city.
What about Roan with an N?
Oh, Rowan.
Rowan?
Yeah.
I knew a wrestler who was a big old guy named Rowan.
Robin. I feel like Robin would be she'd just be fat. I can't have a fat daughter.
Jesus Christ.
Grace.
I've known some attractive Graces.
Mia.
Some attractive Mias.
I like really short names, just short.
but these are just like names, you know. Like what I bring to the table, brown. There was like rather is another one.
Rather. I like
Yeah.
rather.
You like rather?
Kind of.
Wow. Because rather is a big one for me. Because I say it kind of frequently, just like in sentences, and I'm like, yo, rather would be kind of dope. You like rather, huh?
Kind of. Just
Girl or
reminds
guy?
me of a mischievous little boy. So I was getting
Nah,
in trouble.
it does sound like a little freaking white dude running around.
Fucking Steve Jobs' kid's name is Reed.
Hmm.
I think after the college.
I can't name my kid Arizona
I
or
had
university.
A mock trial teacher. He was a judge. He was obsessed with Abraham Lincoln. His son's name was Lincoln,
Lincoln's kind of a name.
which is kind of a last name, first name. Lincoln.
Yeah.
Call him Link. What up, Link? That's
Rhett?
cool. Rhett?
Rhett. So you like rather, huh? Wow.
Rather.
But for a guy,
Yeah, I think of it like a.
I think I skewed a little male. But I don't think it could be horrible as a female either.
Well, good thing is now you can choose your gender. So
You could probably, not mentally, but choose your sex in the future, probably.
what do you think about the Texas thing that's going on?
I haven't read into it because I don't. Yeah, is it a horrible law?
No, it's just saying that if you engage in any kind of like hormone therapy for a child under 18, it would be considered child abuse.
Um,
I kind of agree.
we've talked about this before. Like, if you do something before or after 18, I mean, I kind of disagree because you like I get the child parent perspective, but like you're also telling me what's good I can do with my kid. It's a little overarching
but it's
government
like,
there, eh? Little government telling you what you can do, eh?
yeah, but the government's job is also to like. Remember, I've made this point before. Also to like protect the next generation from like basically to make the next generation turn into adults.
Why is that? Why is that the one thing you like the government to do?
Why is that? No,
For
I'm not
output
saying.
of country.
Well, if the government's job is to basically grow the population, right? But then once the population is grown, the government's job is just to protect their rights, then, you know. But also like a child, whether 16, 17, 18 is considered an adult, like they just don't know 100% what's best for them.
Couldn't you say that's just still a person making their own decision?
No, that's a child making a decision. Like you have to agree that like when you were 17, like you just saw the world differently. You know, you didn't think of like the future as much as you do now. Your brain wasn't like 100% formed. Whatever they say.
This is how law is right now, but not okay for government to tell you what to do after adult, okay what the government to tell you what to do under legal adult age, which has changed. Yes.
No, not okay for the government to tell you what to do
As an adult.
as an adult, but
Okay, under.
also not okay for the government to allow you to let your child do something that could harm them. I think because
Then
do
you're also
do
saying
you think the government should let people do whatever they want with their child?
no, but then you're saying this category of action of hormone therapy is abuse.
I think so because it's like totally it's such an extreme shock on a child's body, and I don't think a child has enough foresight to like really factor in the repercussions of what like could happen down the line. Because you could be like, oh, I want to be a woman when I'm 17, but now I'm 25 and I don't necessarily think the same way, but I had irreparable hormone surgery when I was 17 and now I can't go back because my parents let me do it.
Yeah. I still don't think that should be garnered as child abuse under the guise of the law.
I was reading this thing. Do you remember that girl who she was 16 and she married like a 45-year-old guy? And it was like, it was on the news for a while. Her name was Courtney Stodden. And she did an interview I just read. She's like 27 now. And she basically said that her mother let her marry a pedophile. And she was basically saying that like she was 16. She didn't know any better. Her mother should have been like responsible and like put her on like the correct path and not let her like marry a full grown man. Because she was saying I was 16. Like I didn't know. I was just thinking in the present and not like, I think it's kind of the same thing. And now she's an adult and she still has like those memories of like sleeping with that guy forever. Irreparable damage.
Is there penalties for kids getting pregnant before 18?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
It's a little different than parental consent, but
well, so here's the thing. I don't know the sex laws, but I'm pretty sure. You don't have to be 18 to buy condoms, do you? They don't check ID.
I don't know. I still don't think that should be classified as child abuse. I understand the perspective of letting someone get a little older before you do a lot of bodily function, but is that a question?
Well, so like, I don't know. Like, is two 16-year-olds having sex illegal?
I think legally no, depending on the age of the state.
Yeah, so like if the age of consent is 18,
yeah, be below.
And then a teenager gets pregnant, are you asking if the parents should be in trouble?
Not exactly, but it's a good thought experiment. Like, there's no ramifications for kids getting pregnant young.
I don't know. I don't think so. Well, that's like I guess like, let's say if my kid gets pregnant and I told her and I said, hey, don't have sex until you're like an adult, and she goes and does it anyway. Like, I can't stop her from doing that. But in this case, like with the hormone stuff, like wouldn't you have to go to a doctor and be like, hey, I want this for my kid? So there's like the parental barrier there.
Yeah. I still don't think that should be classified as child abuse.
Unless like I don't know how else they would get it without.
Because how is that like, I understand. Below 18, different than you would be after. You're still making a decision with your kid, most likely with your kid, to do something.
So what if your kid wanted to smoke cigarettes and you're like, okay, you made the decision with your kid and like your kid just wanted to do it and you knew that like, okay, like this is bad, but I'm still gonna let my kid do it because they want to do it. Do you think that's child abuse? Something that like could have irreparable damage to their health?
That's still, I mean, everything affects your future. Is hormone therapy a killer on people? Or is it just something people might regret later?
Oh, I don't know if it kills people, but it's like something.
Well, that's what basically you have to classify it as under. This is something that is detrimental to health.
Well, I'm not a doctor, but I would assume something that like totally changes the course of your puberty when you're a child is not the best for your health.
Perhaps.
I think that's why in majority of places you need to be an adult to make the decision whether or not you want to go through that.
Sure. Is there anything else health-wise that is online with something that can kind of be drastic?
Well, we got the internet right here. We can look it up. Effects of hormone.
Well, you're going to find polarized news articles either way. I'm not trying to be a scientist on the internet.
Well, I don't know how else to answer this question. Might as well use the resources in front of us, right?
Is there anything analogous to that in the health decision world?
Well, any major, even minor health thing a kid can't do by themselves. You can't even
No,
buy
you have to have parental consent.
You can't even buy Tylenol without being 18.
But is there anything else that is akin in the same lane as a hormone therapy?
Surgery.
I was thinking of that. Usually don't have kids running around with implants. Is it more akin to smoking cigarettes than it is to surgery? I'm sure some people might want to skew it that way.
I think it's more akin to smoking cigarettes because if a kid has to get surgery, they need the surgery. A kid might want hormones, or a kid might want to smoke cigarettes. They don't need to do that.
I still think it's asinine to call it child abuse under the law.
You do?
A bit.
Okay, we can agree to disagree.
I see the case.
Yeah.
I do find that kind of funny, though. Not funny, but very interesting dichotomy of government child, government no child. Like government law impeding on people's lives and decisions under a certain age.
Well, okay, so do you agree that the government should get involved when a child is being physically abused? Or do you think that the government should not be involved in that case? Because, I'm a libertarian, but I do think there are some situations where the government should be involved.
This is not related to that, and me bringing it up is kind of a dumb segue, but there was a headline for a state, don't know if it's true or not, thought experiment. State by state instead of federal interracial marriage.
State by state instead of federal interracial marriage.
Where states can choose if interracial marriage is legal or not.
Wasn't that the case? Because there were some states where you couldn't get married if you... I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there were some states where you couldn't get married if
sounds
you were
right.
marriage.
Do you think that is okay state by state versus federal?
I do think... I would say yes. I would say today, most people would be like, that's ridiculous that a white and a black person can't get married because they're both humans, I don't think Texas and Louisiana would automatically be like, okay, this is banned. Because first of all, people need to vote on it. So, and the overall sentiment in the United States in 2022 is, for the most part, interracial marriage is okay.
And if there is one state that had a really good election process,
if there was one state where it was like a 51% to 49% blacks and whites
really rocked the vote, if you will,
really rocking the vote, then yeah, that's their decision. And people that don't agree with that have the autonomy to move to another state.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't live in Texas.
I personally think that's wrong. I just want to say, but
Yeah, sure. I don't live in Texas, and I guess that makes me have the ability to not care to debate this. I still think it's a little bit asinine.
All right.
I don't have much else. Amazon. Oh, dude, Amazon went through with an MGM deal, I think, or something with MGM.
Oh yeah, it closed.
It was a long time. Brought that up like a year ago.
Just going through all the financials, making sure it's not a monopoly.
Of course, it's a monopoly.
Of course, well, not really. They have competition. Disney, Netflix, Apple.
They got a lot of studio
smaller
power.
studios.
Yeah. There's no fun headlines on it.
Mackenzie Bezos gave a bunch of money to Planned Parenthood. Like a lot. Let me see how much it
Interesting move.
was.
I wonder what the move is.
And it's like, dog, is she gonna run out? So she gave 3.8 billion to 465 organizations since June, 275 million to Planned Parenthood.
That's not that much.
I think that's their largest gift ever made. Yep, their largest gift ever made to the organization.
I still think it's that much.
Well, I mean, comparatively to the rest of her wealth, no, but that's a lot for them. Like, it's just a drop in the bucket for her. She probably makes that every week.
James Bond project announced. What else is going on? Mackenzie Bezos, Billy's. Does she have income? Does she have any companies? I know she has some foundation, I think.
I don't think she has income.
Joint Bezos.
But I'm pretty sure that
Probably killer wealth manager, Mackenzie Bezos.
probably the best in the world. Probably the best money can buy. Probably the largest team.
You probably don't need a large team, man. You need a simple team.
Probably just like, she probably doesn't even like talk to them. She's just like, just throw money here, please. And then
For
she
real.
goes about her day. Goes
Just-
with her
just like-
boyfriend.
Owns a sick like VC cap / bank manager.
I gotta say, I was having this conversation with my boy Chris, and he doesn't think that fitness is that important when you get rich. And I was like, bro, who cares if you're rich and you're sick or
That's like-
fat?
That's like what most of these people are looking for in terms of capital allocation is health.
I
In terms
feel
of just like good sectors that make money is health.
like the longer you live, the more you get to enjoy your money. And also, I feel like when I'm rich, I want to go even harder on fitness because I want to be like, there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Brain puzzle as well.
it's good for the brain, good for the blood. I'm so hungry.
436 Habitat for Humanity. Mackenzie Bezos. Scott, rather.
Mackenzie.
I was watching
Oh, she's married again.
Bezos? This ex?
Yeah, Dan Jewett. Wonder what he does.
Legit?
They met in 2017 when they were both still married. Bezos and Scott issued their divorce announcement 2 years later in 2019. The first question is, what is Dan Jewett's salary? Dan Jewett is estimated to earn about $60,000 annually. He has to do something else. He's just a funny guy.
That's quite the tale. Who is he married to?
Jewett is a science teacher. Oh, he's not married to anybody, but he's dating Lauren Sanchez, the girl he cheated on her with. She's a helicopter pilot.
I'm confused. I thought we were talking about Bezos' ex-wife.
Oh, I thought you asked me who Jeff Bezos is married to now. But
I don't know.
Dan
Is
Jewett
he married to someone now?
No, he's just dating. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Dan Jewett is a science teacher at Lakeside School in Seattle,
Sick.
which is where Scott and Bezos' children currently study. Damn,
Ew,
what
gross.
the fuck, dude? City Boys up, bro. Fucking City Boys up. The co-ed high school in Washington State costs $38,000 per year and has been graded the best private high school in Washington. So, like, do you think he ever pulls out his wallet? Serious question.
Bezos?
No, Jewett.
Who's Jewett married to?
Jewett is married to
Scott.
Mackenzie Scott.
Okay. And he's allegedly a teacher.
He's a science teacher.
Whoa. Whoa, dude. And wait, that was their kid's old school?
Yes.
That's gross. That's nasty, bro.
Damn.
You know what's funny is in my high school there was a lady teacher who was dating another teacher, broke up with that teacher, and then married another teacher in the same school.
That's foul.
It's just a little bit like, really?
Dude, I don't get how people have like there's this girl at my job, dude. She's fucking around with this fucking guy that works there too, and she's always crying about it. I'm like, there's other people in the world. You don't have to come to work and like see them all the time. Like, people have such small mindsets. There's literally billions of guys and gals out there.
Yeah. I mean,
imagine just casually dating the richest woman in the world.
it's probably interesting.
I bet you when he let's
I'll
say
just
they go
ask
out
for
to
all
dinner.
the secrets.
She probably doesn't know.
She knows
She
something.
probably likes him because he doesn't care about that stuff.
Yeah. Huh.
But imagine like going out to dinner and the dinner's like $150 or something, and he pays for it. She probably was like, "Whoa, that's a lot for him. Like, he loves me a lot." It's like literally like a fucking full day's work for him, and I made
Look,
that.
be a play toy.
I literally made that in the millisecond. Like, it would be worth it for me to pick that up off the floor.
Mackenzie Scott looks like she'd be a comedian.
She looks like she'd be a science teacher too.
Yeah, she does. She probably was, bro.
Yeah.
She's probably an engineer.
I wonder what she did before.
Pre-Bezos.
She said that Jeff Bezos said that he used to eat like shit. And
She didn't destroy. She wrote a book at the age of 642 pages, and it was destroyed by a flood.
been married since 93. Literary career, she wrote a debut novel.
Oh, she's a book person. It's just freaking research.
But what was she doing before that? Oh, bachelor's at Princeton University.
She's a book person. She just does books. And Bezos was like, "Hey, dude, I'm making a book company." And she
But
was
they were
like,
married
"Dope,
before
dude."
that, right?
93, Bezos married. Scott was one of the Amazon's first employees, which is the book company. Makes sense. Involved in early days,
like he
working on the
told the
company's
story.
name, business plan, accounts, and shipping. She was a vital part to the book industry that he needed.
Oh, nice. Did they share equity?
I don't think so. I mean,
Or was she
somewhat, yeah.
She was
It'll
like,
be a
okay,
divorce.
I'm married. If it doesn't work, like while we're married, my money is his money. If we break up, I'll get half the company, so it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, equity via divorce, which is, how a lot of marriages have worked in the past.
Yeah. So
Their daughter's adopted from China.
I wonder why Jeff was like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck this girl that's not my wife. Probably the booty was just too good.
Mackenzie
Like-
Scott wrote The Testing of Luther Albright, the debut novel, published in 2005.
I wonder what she does now.
Probably just write books all the time.
Or just reads all day.
Sick. You can legit have the courtesy of doing so.
So she
wonder
became
what
the
her favorite
third
book
wealthiest woman in the world in 2019 with
Oh, that's her top 2 favorite books.
36 billion. 2020, she became the richest woman with 62. Literally doubled her net worth in a year.
Same.
Amazon's about to have a stock split.
Yeah. I'll probably buy the entry. That's nice because it's not $2,000 a share.
Yeah. Dang.
Bezos would never apparently let Amazon split. I don't know the mechanics of it off top, but there's
Oh,
only
they
because
didn't want to?
Jassie's and bored, you know what I'm saying?
I wonder why Jeff Bezos didn't want that.
I think it's something detrimental to a CEO position or company or something.
Damn, he got 7 years on her.
That's not that much.
That's not that much when you're old.
Yeah.
But like, if I were to be like, yo, here's my 18-year-old girlfriend, would you be like, oh, that's normal?
I was thinking the other way, like 25 plus 7. 18?
What about
Like
19? Would you be like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, that's when the government's going to have to step in.
Well, 19's an adult. I mean, that's lame. I don't get why you would date someone you can't drink with. So what are you gonna do? Go out for pizza? That's stupid. Like at least 21.
Yeah, I think that has been the mindset for about 4 years now. Or at least 3.
Go up for pizza. That's
And-
stupid.
Automatically have beer with it.
Damn.
What else is new? What's popping? What's coming down the pipeline?
Oh, I'm actually going to. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know what I was gonna say.
Nice.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm going to San Diego on Wednesday. That's where you're from.
What's in SD?
Nothing. It's just not here. I just sometimes like to make little getaways.
Sure.
Just little mini-cations.
I suggest the like 4 beaches in a row. Just go beach hopping.
Which is the best?
Um,
Might not have time to hit 4. Maybe 1.
I mean, don't say where I live, but I'd probably come here.
Okay.
Or at least for like maybe, I mean, like none of the beaches have fun like civilization behind it, kind of. I mean, yeah, I'd come here.
Sweet.
And then
chill.
maybe like La Jolla or something.
Just get away from the hustle and bustle, New York. You know. Just kidding.
Yeah. What do you do on a beach, dude?
Read and sleep.
I
Smoke some weed.
read on a beach for the first time. I dislike it. Maybe if I had a chair, it'd be a little different, but like I kind of just like,
I have a chair.
yeah.
I just don't like it when it gets really cold. Then
I wear it. Like I like walking on beaches and like
I like
looking
walking on
in the
beaches.
distance from afar.
I don't like sleeping on beaches. Like when I don't have a chair, that shit's uncomfortable.
I might have slept on beaches before, like not overnight, but as a nap, just to rejuvenate after a long beach day of debauchery.
Fucking what's his name? Jordan Peterson said something like a lot of people want to get rich so they can just drink a margarita on the beach all day.
That's kind of boring.
And that's like he's like, that's all you're gonna do? You're gonna get fat. And I was like, yes.
It's like an hour worth of fun.
I wouldn't drink a margarita on the beach. But
Like
I would
30
be on
minutes.
the beach.
Such
It's like
a small
45
sliver.
minutes out of the day.
Like eventually you get to a point in your goal and you hit it and you feel the same. And then you're like, all right, now what?
My goal is,
And you
just-
always want more.
do you though? I
Yeah.
mean,
I've hit
so
a
here's
goal.
this is me. Let's say
I want
I'm
more.
making, let's say I have like $10 million and I have no need to work for, like I can do anything.
I want more.
I feel like I'm not the kind of guy to be like, all right, let's go to $1 billion. Kinda.
I would probably disagree.
Because at like some point it's like,
You at some point you will realize I have more money than I need to survive and enjoy myself. But also that's because the real thing I want isn't monetary. It's just like good relationships with people and security. That being said, security monetarily wise is about a couple levels over like 10 mil.
I just want like security and freedom.
Security is a lot more than what people think it is.
Well, freedom is the main thing. Freedom is the main
Yeah.
thing.
Even, sure. But you get that and still you'll be like, all right, the whole thing I want is peace and good relationship in my life.
Yeah, but like, let's say you have $10 million. You don't have to like actively work to make more money. I wouldn't be like, okay, time to make another company. I'd be like, okay, I want to hire somebody that's the best at turning this into more money, and he's gonna like, I don't know, lend it out.
Yeah.
Real estate or something.
You'd still want to allocate capital.
Yeah, but
That's
I wouldn't
the fun
like, I
part.
wouldn't like fucking sit around and spend it all day. But
No, but I'm
not
saying,
saying-
business wise allocate capital.
would
BAC.
I go as hard as I'm going now? I don't know.
You'll feel the same either way. Like I've hit a goal. And I've been like, all right, that wasn't big enough.
What was your goal? 5 mil.
It's in
Good
me.
day.
It's in me.
Huh?
I don't want to share out loud. It's nothing like life changing, but that's a goal I needed to hit,
Nice.
which is life changing. Yeah.
My goal was just to quit my job, and I did that. But I also still kind of have a job, but it's like working for myself.
Nice. Come on, everybody. Enjoy. Thanks for listening. Drink some water. Call someone you should probably call. Good day.
Good day.